A wealthy businessman and his female assistant went to New York for a business trip. He used his Bentley as collateral and borrowed $1,000 from a bank. After the paperwork was done, a bank employee parked the Bentley in the underground garage. 2 weeks later, the businessman and his assistant came back to repay the loan, with $40 in interest. The bank employee saw that the man had millions of dollars in his account and asked, "Why would you even need to take out a loan?" The businessman said, "Where in Manhattan can you find 2 weeks of parking for only $40? After that, the businessman took his assistant shopping. The assistant kept saying she wanted jewelry and designer bags. The businessman said, "Those things are boring. How about I put $5,000 down and buy you a bagel shop instead?" His assistant's face immediately changed. She said, "Do I look like someone who runs a breakfast shop?" The businessman quickly comforted her and said, "If a breakfast shop is done right, buying a car and a house won't be a problem." Then he took her into a quiet little bagel shop with barely any customers. He asked the owner, "Are you looking to transfer this shop?" The owner said, "The takeover price is $40,000. Without thinking twice, the businessman took out $5,000 and said, "This is the deposit, but I have one condition. Let me test run the shop for 1 month. If business is good, I'll pay you the $40,000 after 1 month. If business is bad, you can keep the $5,000. The owner thought, "My shop barely has customers anyway. This $5,000 is basically free money. Only a fool would say no." So he agreed. The businessman told his assistant, "From now on, this shop is yours. Just do exactly what I tell you, and I'll help you buy a car and a house." The assistant asked, "So what exactly do we do?" The businessman said, "First hang a big banner above the front door that says, 'Free bagels for a year. Win a brand name e-bike. 1 free bagel every morning. Not free for 1 day, not free for 1 month, but free for a whole year. Customers can come in every day and get 1 free bagel. If they keep coming all year and collect enough check-ins by the end of the year, they can get a brand name e-bike worth $600. People from the nearby apartment buildings would think this was unbelievable, so they would come in and ask, "How do I get free bagels?" You tell them, "Just pay $29.99 and become a member of the bagel shop, and you can get free bagels for a year." Customers would think, "That's way too good of a deal. 1 bagel is $3. That's $90 a month, and more than $1,000 a year." The assistant said, "For the customer, that sounds like a huge win, but for me, wouldn't that be a huge loss?" Actually, the assistant would not lose money. She would make even more. Let's look at how the businessman set it up. First, by using the free bagel strategy, he quickly attracted more than 3,000 members. Each member paid $29.99, so 3,000 members brought in about $90,000. That $90,000 was almost pure upfront cash, enough to cover a year of rent and utilities for the shop. But the free bagel window was only from 6 in the morning to 9 in the morning. When customers came in for a bagel, almost nobody would take just one plain bagel and leave. Most people would buy a coffee, a second bagel, cream cheese, eggs, bacon, or something else, so every customer would spend at least $5 extra at the shop each time they came in. If we calculated at just $5 per visit, and each member comes in 100 times a year, that is $500 in extra sales from one member. Because the shop has high volume, the cost of one bagel can be brought down to about $1. A low-cost e-bike that retails for $600 can be bought in bulk for about $350, and not every member will actually come enough times to qualify for the e-bike. So after the membership fee, the add-on sales, and the repeat visits, one active customer can still bring in solid profit. With more than 3,000 members, even if each member only comes in about 100 times a year, the shop has a chance to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. 3 months later, the assistant made a